Zuri's Magical Madagascar Adventure. Far across the sparkling blue ocean is a very special place called Madagascar. It is a giant island filled with amazing animals, towering trees, and wonderful surprises. Nia had just arrived with her little backpack, ready to explore. She could smell the salty sea air and hear the wind whispering through the leaves. "I wonder what I'll discover here," she said excitedly. Suddenly, swish, wiggle, bounce, a long striped tail swung through the trees overhead. Out popped a playful lemur named Zuri. His fluffy tail had black and white rings that swayed back and forth like a dancing ribbon. "Welcome to Madagascar," Zuri chirped happily. Nia laughed and waved at her new friend. Zuri bounced from branch to branch using his long arms. "Come on," he called. "I want to show you something huge. Leap, hop, swing." Nia hurried after him until they reached the biggest tree she had ever seen. It was a giant baobab tree. The trunk was as wide as a house. Nia stretched her arms out as far as she could. She couldn't even hug a tiny piece of it. The tree looked upside down, almost as if its roots were growing right into the sky. "It looks like a giant tree carrot," Nia giggled. Zuri laughed so hard his tail twirled in circles. Next, Zuri tiptoed toward a bush covered in bright green leaves. "Shh," he whispered. "Can you spot my friend Tiko?" Nia looked carefully. She searched high, she searched low, but she only saw leaves. Then, blink, a tiny eye moved. "There you are," Nia laughed. Hidden perfectly on the branch was Tiko the chameleon. Tiko was a master of camouflage magic. Nia picked up a bright red hibiscus flower from the ground. "Can you match this color?" she asked. Slowly, tiny red dots appeared across Tiko's skin. Little by little, he turned the exact same bright red as the flower. "Wow," Nia gasped. Zuri clapped his furry hands excitedly. Then he pointed toward the sound of crashing waves. "To the water!" he shouted. Off they ran through the tall grass. Colorful birds fluttered overhead, while tropical plants brushed against their legs. Zuri bounced quickly on 2 feet, while Nia raced beside him as fast as her sneakers could go. Whoosh, rustle, zoom. Soon they reached the edge of the spiny forest. The plants there looked wild and prickly, like giant spiky toothbrushes reaching toward the sky. "Careful of the pokey plants," Zuri warned as he hopped between the sharp thorns. Tiko rode safely on Zuri's shoulder, gripping tightly with his curly tail. At last, they reached the sparkling beach. Crash, splash. Cool ocean water tickled Nia's toes, while tiny crabs scurried sideways through the sand. As the day came to an end, the sky slowly filled with swirls of orange, pink, and purple. Nia and Zuri sat together on a warm rock overlooking the ocean. "Madagascar is the most magical island in the world," Nia whispered. Zuri smiled softly and flicked his striped tail. Soon it was time for Nia to go home. She climbed carefully into her little boat and waved goodbye. Zuri stood on the shore, swishing his long tail back and forth like a flag. "Come back soon," he called. Nia blew a kiss toward the beautiful island of Madagascar. She knew she would never forget her magical island adventure or her wonderful new friends.